What's going on, guys? It's Cimoooooooo, and today I'm going to teach you about fusion summoning in Yu-Gi-Oh! Fusion monsters are identifiable by their violet-purple colored card border. Fusion monsters are not played in the main deck, but are instead played in the extra deck, where once the proper conditions are met, they can be special summoned to the field. You will notice that fusion monsters have the names of specific monsters at the top of their card description. This is because fusion monsters are created by combining two or more monsters to be properly summoned to the field. There are two ways to perform a fusion summon. The first is through a card called polymerization, or any fusion spell card with a similar effect. This is the most common form of fusion summon and has been around since the game's inception. The second is called contact fusion, which is a variation on the traditional fusion summon. Let's start with the traditional method of performing a fusion summon. There are two things that you need to perform this type of fusion summon: fusion materials and a polymerization spell card. Fusion materials are the monsters listed at the top of a fusion monster's card description. These are the monsters required to summon the fusion monster. As you can see here, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon requires 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon as fusion materials. Sometimes these fusion materials are very specific, while other times they might be more broad and say something like 1 light monster as an example. The second thing you need is a polymerization spell card. Polymerization is a normal spell card that states, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. So upon activation of polymerization, you will send the necessary fusion material monsters from your hand or side of the field to the graveyard and special summon the appropriate fusion monster from your extra deck in either face-up attack or defense position. It's important to note that this is a special summon via a card effect, since the monster was special summoned through the effect of polymerization. There are also many different variations of polymerization that currently exist in the game, each with their own requirements and stipulations for fusion summoning. The second method of fusion summon is contact fusion. While contact fusion isn't technically a fusion summon, it does still utilize fusion monsters in the extra deck and has many similarities to traditional fusion summons. Just like regular fusion summons, contact fusions require specific fusion material monsters to be on the field before they can be summoned. Once that prerequisite has been met, by following the card text on the fusion monster attempting to be summoned via contact fusion, you will perform the action on the card and then special summon the fusion monster. As an example, let's take a look at Gladiator Beast Gyzaris. It requires us to control a Gladiator Beast Bestiari and 1 additional Gladiator Beast monster. Once we do, Gyzaris reads, must first be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. You do not use polymerization. Not requiring a polymerization card is a unique feature of contact fusions and can make them a little bit easier to summon since they don't require as many cards as a traditional fusion summon. It's also important to note that contact fusion is an inherent special summon. A basic mechanic of fusion monsters to take note of is that if they are destroyed and sent to the graveyard or become banished from the game, they can be re-special summoned through the effect of something like Monster Reborn, assuming they were properly fusion summoned in the first place. The reason I'm bringing this up is because some cards like Cyberstein can cheat fusion monsters out onto the field, ignoring the need for fusion materials or polymerization entirely. Cyberstein reads, pay 5,000 life points. Special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck to the field in attack position. While it's a unique method of bringing fusion monsters onto the field, remember that since they weren't properly fusion summoned, they cannot be special summoned back from the graveyard or banish zone. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video on fusion summoning in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you did, be sure to hit the like button if you haven't already, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth content on how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Lastly, if you really enjoy my content, I really advise you to back me on Patreon, because just for as little as $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing and phenomenal Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. We'll see you next time.